It's time to wake up, warriors.
Going sledding in a physics class is unconventional yet an effective way to learn about friction. We'll show you how students turned a day of sledding into physics lab.
The first 2025 edition of Entertainment Today premieres this morning, showcasing various upcoming releases you might want to see for yourself.
All this and more on today's episode of Wake Up Warriors.
Live from Penn Trafford High School, this is Wake Up Warriors. Wake Up Warriors starts now.
Good morning, PT, and welcome to today's exciting edition of Wake Up Warriors. Today is Friday, January 10th. I'm Mackenzie Furnish.
And I'm Alyssa Arco.
The Engineering Club is one of the many clubs here in Penn Trafford, and they're currently looking for new members to help with some exciting new projects. We sent out reporter Luke Champlain to get more details about this club.
Engineering Club is one of the many clubs in our school in the STEM department, and they're currently looking for new members.
We try and learn the basic principles of engineering, whether it be mechanical motion, how to structure things so they remain stable. We do this through a variety of challenges. Right now, we decided that we're going to try and design rubber band cars. So now what we do is we use the engineering process. One of the first parts of this process is to identify the problems and work out what we need to get done. In this example of these rubber band cars, we want to design a car that uses the least amount of materials in order to move the farthest. Now, once that we identified this issue, we then will move on to researching. What has other people done when faced with this solution? How can we learn from it? Where did other people go wrong? We need to merge all these things together in order to find one simple solution that will work the best. This is where we make our mock design, trying to put our best foot forward, but seeing where it fails and where it succeeds. And once we do that, we can improve upon it and keep on building. Eventually, we'll have one of the best cars we can make. To join, you can either email Mr. Newsome or talk to him during homeroom in room 153.
This has been Luke Champlain reporting for PTTV.
2024 might have come to an end, but a whole year of new films, shows, and other media are being created for your enjoyment. Here's the first edition of Entertainment Today for this year, featuring some of what's to come this month.
Hello, PT. It's me, Aiden. Sorry if I look a little different. I got a haircut over the new year. January is historically seen as the worst month of the year for movies and TV, so I bet you're wondering if January is going to continue the trend this year. You'll just have to keep watching to see. Better Man comes out January 10th and follows the life of the music star Robbie Williams, though the twist this time is that Robbie Williams is portrayed as a CGI monkey. A new Spider-Man show comes to Disney Plus on January 29th, which is set to be a new take on the character. It's a little shocking that they're still finding new things to do with a superhero who is over 80 years old, but I'm not complaining. Man, if only there was a movie for all the dogs out there in the audience who strive to be more than just man's best friend. Oh, wait.
Are you attending the Snowball and need something to wear? You can stop in or email Ms. Stanoski or your guidance counselor, and we will try to help you find the perfect item in our PT caring closet. Here's Ms. Stanoski with more information.
So any student that is in need of attire for the Snowball, whether it be a dress or just some type of formal attire, they can come down and see me in room 104. You could email me, sanoski@penntrafford.org, or they could stop and see one of their guidance counselors. And once they stop in and see us, we can't, run down right away, but we'll set up a time that works for both myself and the student in need.
Mr. Rieger took some of his classes outside yesterday to go sledding, including his honors physics class. While sledding down the hill, they measured the distance between two cones, and then they timed how long it took the sled to go from one cone to the other. Using the height of the hill and the rest of the information gathered, they calculated the friction of the hill on the sled. It was a fun and creative way to teach a physics lesson.
Attention all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Scheduling is coming up next week. Guidance counselors will be visiting social studies classes throughout all of next week to help guide students on how to schedule their classes for the 2025-2026 school year. Here's guidance counselor Mrs. Sutmeyer with more information on what you should have prepared for next week, as well as some of the class changes for the next school year.
Next week, the counselors will be coming into social studies classes for grades 9, 10, and 11 to discuss the scheduling process for next school year. While we are in your classes, we will ask that you will input a schedule of 8 credits along with 2 classes, either semester classes or 1 full class for an alternate in your schedule. A couple of things to be aware of for next week. Please make sure that you have your PowerSchool login information. It is easiest to do this through the website, not the app. Some changes in scheduling for next school year. We will no longer have a summer Honors Algebra 2 class offered. College and work release will have some revisions. History Reel-to-Reel is now opened to a junior and senior class. Ceramics 1 will be offered for grades 9 through 12. And students who are currently not in a chorus will be able to audition for the specialty groups. You no longer have to be in mixed chorus in order to audition for those specialty groups.
Wednesday, January 8th, 8th graders were taking their first steps towards high school by learning how to choose their classes for freshman year. The school offered a hands-on session to help these students navigate the process and set themselves up for success. The guidance counselors, Mrs. Sutmeyer, Mrs. Sherman, and Mr. Owen, along with Mr. Aquilio, addressed the students in the auditorium before directing them to meet with teachers and staff for further guidance. Mr. Rocco's Forensics 1 classes started their study of blood spatter. We spoke to him to find out what this teaches the students and how this can help them solve their future case.
Forensic 1 right now, our students are going through a pretty intensive unit on blood evidence, in particular blood spatter. What blood spatter does, it allows students to utilize a lot of math. We put math into action where we're using certain trig functions to figure out where blood is coming from, the origin of it, how it converges, how it moves through space. We analyze that a little bit. And then what we do is we allow the blood to talk to us as we go through a mock crime scene later on, as we analyze different events in a scene and try to solve a mystery.
Now let's send it over to Karina for our sports rundown. Good morning, Karina. What do you have for us?
Thank you, Mackenzie. Last night in sports, the rifle team hosted Butler at Murraysville Gun Club for a 4 o'clock match. The Warriors fell short 782 to 799. The Warriors' next match is Tuesday at 4 versus Armstrong. The boys' swim team dominated section opponent Armstrong last night to move to 3-2 on the season. The girls' team earned a gritty win, 93 to 90, improving to 4-1 on the season. The girls also qualified their 3rd relay for the WPIAL Championship. Both teams are back in action Monday for a makeup meet against Latrobe. Congratulations to the diving team for their victory against York last night. All diving members placed in the top 3, with Caroline Davis placing 1st, Lauren Veo placing 2nd, and Renata McKinnon placing 3rd. Make sure to wish them good luck at their match against Latrobe next Monday. The Lady Warriors had a dominant performance last night, defeating Kiski 55-22. Leading 28-12 at halftime, they extend their lead in the second half. Cam Piper led the way with 10 points in the first half, but it was a total team effort. The Lady Warriors' strong defense and fast-paced offense were on full display, showing the power of teamwork and hard work. They're building momentum heading into the rest of the season. The Warriors' unified bocce team participated in a competitive match against the Mount Pleasant Vikings yesterday for an away game. Out of the 4 games played, PT's Team 2 dominated the first game. The other 3 games were close wins by the Vikings. The bocce team's next match will be at home against Norwin on January 23rd at 3:30. Good luck, Warriors! Tonight in sports, the wrestling team is on the road to Greensburg-Salem High School to compete in the WCCA tournament. The meet will begin at 3 o'clock. The boys' basketball team welcomes crosstown rival Gateway as they look to defeat the Gators to receive yet another section win. Good luck to our Warriors tonight. And that's all I have for today, so let's send it back to Mackenzie and Alyssa at the desk.
And that concludes today's broadcast of Wake Up Warriors. Thank you for tuning in. We now invite you to stand for the Pledge of the Flag. This has been Mackenzie Furnish
And Alyssa Arco.
Have a great day, PT.